Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Ruth, and I'm doing a global shift Ascension forecast today. This is on my Wednesday night live. I normally do these at 7 p.m. For those who join me on the live, feel free to drop a question concerning spirituality, ascension, ascended masters, angels, or just the world evolution and the progress of world evolution in its process. Yes, we're going through a major timeline shift, a major forward movement, progression. I'm saying like the progression of time. Definitely something involving time and forward movement. So I believe that Spirit has a lot of messages for us today. I've been feeling that a lot is happening on the world stage. I'm just lighting my candle here. A lot is happening on the world stage, but I feel it's a result of everything that's been happening in the spiritual realm first. So everything that seems chaotic now, as above, so below. I believe that everything is chaotic now because cosmic influences, cosmic energy, even cosmic beings have had a impact in the last year, 2, 5, 10 years. And I feel that this spiritual, ascended, cosmic energy has been stirring things up for a while, and it's now manifesting in the physical realm. And that's why we see a lot of chaos in the world, because everything that light beings are feeling about over the last 5, 6, 7 years is now coming to a head, and it's actually hitting the world realm. And that's what's happening with the nations having to make choices, people's entire governmental shifts, entire financial government shifts, entire reassessing of world politics. Everything is tremendously shifting and shaking, but it's a result of everything that came from the last few years of cosmic energy. So that's what I've been feeling here. And this card, of course, flipped out. The timeline shift, the time. I really feel a lot coming in from time. Sort of like the legend of the god Kronos, of how a spiritual being held time. It's almost like there's a council that's guarding time, that's overseeing time on Earth. You could call this the good galactics. You could call this ascended beings that have that time in their hand. Now, I do believe a lot is connected to our human free will as well. So they have to do it with our humanity. So we're going to look at the soul's progression, where we're at right now in the soul collective ascension process. And then we're going to look at the global. And feel free to drop any questions in the chat concerning spiritual growth, ascension, or world progress. Now, I do want to share my screen here. And I think I can share it. Do you see it? Okay, yes. So every Wednesday night, we have this global shift forecast where I do live tarot Q&A. It's usually at Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then I am also doing, and this one, listen carefully, because with this tarot Q&A, it's not on the 15th. It's actually on the 16th of March, which is Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, and this is the world leaders one. I want to bring up the one with, it's actually not world leaders. It's actually, is your nation shifting? So I apologize. I was running late today, and I can try to get that for you at the end of this reading. But it's going to be about, is your nation shifting? And I'm calling it dark to light. How is my country doing? And we're going to be looking at certain key countries. You can name any country you want. And we're going to be looking at how is it shifting from the dark side, wanting only their political advantages, their criminal activities, doing things in the dark. How's it shifting from that group of people and that energy to actually shifting to something having to do with light, people with higher vibrations, organizations coming in. And so that's one of the things that I actually wanted to do here. And I'm going to try to add in. No, I can't add here. So we're going to be doing that on March 16th. Now, what I wanted to share as well is that soon a friend of mine, Natasha Hightower, is going to be with me doing some collective readings, and we're going to be doing deep dives in meditation on our own and bringing those messages from Spirit. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's take a look here at Spirit's ascension progress for the souls of humanity as a collective. When I say soul, I am talking about that immaterial part of us that's connected to God's source, that's connected to many lifetimes, connected to actual, not just your personality in this life, but it holds all your personalities from all your lives. It holds your the energetic blueprint of your DNA. It holds all the lessons that you have learned and are learning. It holds your experience as a spark of the divine, and you take it back to God's source and you keep learning and experimenting and growing spiritually lifetime after lifetime. Jesus referred to this in the Bible. I'll put in a little plug here. I have written a book, Spiritual Technologies in the Bible, Reiki, Tarot, Clairvoyance, and more. You can find it on my website, how everything is in the Bible. These cards as well, you can find them through Casting of Lots. But Jesus said concerning the soul, he said that, and reincarnation, he said that the prophet Elijah had come back as John the Baptist. And he said, if you can receive it, you can take it. But he also acknowledged many people wouldn't be able to accept the concept of reincarnation. So Jesus himself, right there in the Bible, reincarnation was admitted to by Jesus, that the spirit or the soul of Elijah had incarnated as John the Baptist. Yes, reincarnation is in the Bible. So we're looking at the progress of our souls in our current life process and life mission. And I asked to connect to Spirit, to connect us to what are the souls of humanity currently going through? What is their ascension update? Let's go. Okay, the current energy here it's very energetic, and I think we feel it in our body energetically. We have here the Temperance card. This is the energy of movement within our energy fields. This is healing, alchemizing, but the energy here is a little bit slower of a progress than normal at the right time. When I say slower, is things have slowed down this week in our rapid ascension progress. And this is good because that means we're taking time to integrate and to actually feel we're actually kind of like integrating it in our bodies, and we're trying to go slower on our bodies. So this energy coming in is a little bit slower. You might feel a little bit more tired. You might feel a little less energy this week. And that's because your soul isn't needing to push very hard right now. You're integrating a lot of your lessons, a lot of the energy, a lot of the good things into your physical body. Okay. Now, the past energy is because there's been a lot being reassessed on the soul level in our families and in our people groups, our society, and our social standing. This 10 of Cups is telling me that we've gone through a lot as people, just social activity. Whether it's on the world stage, there's a lot going on right now, media-wise. It's a lot shifting and changing. There's a lot of family relationships that are having to step up and reassess certain things. There's a lot of workplaces and job shifting. There's been a lot of stress. And I feel that our souls are giving us grace to just breathe. It's not all about, can I read this Ascension book as fast as I can? Can I grow spiritually? Have I meditated today? Oh my goodness. Our souls just say, relax, relax. Sometimes you just need that salt bath. You just need to sit for a few minutes outside, or you need to enjoy that favorite cup of tea. Your soul really is asking us right now to relax. And I can feel that a lot in my own life. I have so much creativity coming in, but then I feel like I got to do something with it. And instead of putting it on paper, going with the flow, I'll design this and then leave it. I feel like I got to, and my soul is saying, slow down. You have everything you need for your spiritual growth, for your life purpose, and for where you're going. You have everything you need. Breathe. Okay, I think there's a lot of fast movement on the outside of us that's chaotic surrounding us. And that's why our soul is asking us to slow down. As a collective, we need to calm our inner nature, our inner presence, our inner peace. We need to connect to our peace because there is so much with this Eight of Wands. There's so much chaotic energy swirling in relationships, in jobs, organizations, and even on the world scale. There's so much movement, and it's creating like a whirlwind around us. And it's very important to connect to the energy of peace and not to stress any spiritual growth unless it flows. Okay, so Spirit's saying there's something coming in that the collective is not aware of, and it's a little bit tricky of an energy. This is next week. This tricky energy coming in for next week on our soul ascension, growth, and progress. Let's take a look. Spirit, what is this tricky energy you want us to know about? That was the Seven of Swords. Page of Cups. Interesting. Inauthenticity. Something in the clock says 7:17. Interesting. So there's something around sevens for you that might be a sign. Someone or something is inauthentic. It's being fake. Something is not what it says it is. And I think we're being asked to take a step away and go a little bit further into our independence next week. A little bit of a detachment energy here. A little bit of a, I'm not sure everyone's intentions. I'm not even sure what's happening around me right now. And it could be in many different ways. But I have to detach and not let it affect me. As one person said, observe it, but don't absorb it. Okay, and here we have the mental stress card. Because there might be some things coming up on the world stage that appear very random and very chaotic. And this could be worldwide news. All of my readings I try to do with a very global perspective. So there's something coming in on the soul level that's a little bit troubling. And Spirit wants us to detach from whatever news is coming in, especially those of us who have been focusing on our spiritual growth. Detaching from some sort of stressful news, stressful messages. What is the stress that the collective will be facing next week? Okay, Judgment card. This is an elevation, but sometimes it can be shaky. Knight of Wands. This is some sort of messenger bringing in energy, here's the type of energy. Conflicting energy. So there's definitely going to be some messengers or some news announcing a potential conflict, a potential shaky ground, potential. I'm not getting so much. I'm hearing the words movement of troops. I'm not getting a whole lot of actual physical action, just news of potential stuff. And I think it's going to affect the collective on an energetic level. Let's get further clarity, please. What is this news coming in? King of Pentacles. So this is resources. Someone in charge of a lot of resources. Earth, a nation or a country, and people groups. So there might be some movement on the world scale ahead of us this week of resources or movement of war type vehicles, equipment. This could even be movement of money or finances. This is any kind of movement either across land, between countries. This could be, I'm hearing the words warheads, but Spirit is letting us know right now, stay detached. Just observe it. because it's mostly talk at this point. Can you get me? I'm not saying it's international conflict, but that's a little bit to affect the collective and stress out the collective. I'm getting nation to nation movement of stuff. So let me go ahead and pull for clarity. It's going to be very secretive. I don't think we're going to fully have the truth. A lot will be kept from us, but we're just going to hear about the plans. We're going to be here at talk. Once again, this is all talk. And then movement, something being moved or withheld, not withheld, transferred. So I don't know if something's going to be taken away from a particular country or a conflicted area, an international conflicted area, but there's definitely going to be plans to move some sort of equipment, finances, or war technology, war equipment. Spirit wants us to know, detach from it. It's only plans. It is nothing to get alarmed about next week. It is simply a time to observe it and let it go. And to remember to slow down and not let the chaos, the energy affect you. That's very important. Okay, so now I'm being led to look at the global shift, even though that does feel like a global shift update there. But that was for the souls of humanity, where they might feel troubled a little bit. They might feel troubled in just the news. And Spirit wants them to know, stay very detached from it. Can't touch this. Okay, Holy Spirit. I ask that you would guide us into the guidance of shifting as a globe, as a world. What's the current status of the world? And yes, I am looking at kind of international conflicts as well. If you have a question, has something shifting or growing, put it in the chat. Any spiritual type of ascension. So this card fell out while I was talking. Page of Fire. Something is being faked or created and made a lot out of. It's minor. It's more minor, but something is going to be blown out of proportion here. But its actual energy is minor. In fact, there could be some CGI videos that go up to create some drama. What can you tell me about the shift of the world? Global world shift forecast. Yeah. Lies, deception. Something's being blocked. 7 of air. That's some more deception. Okay. 7 of earth. Now here is equipment, movement, something coming in. Something's coming in once again from military activity, movement between bases, movement from maybe underground storage facilities, bringing it up, some sort of, and this is the devil card, the temptation card. So there's definitely a move by some of the dark side to try to gain the upper hand next week. And this is a worldwide global shift. This is some of the plans of the cabal to try to gain the upper hand. What is this plan that we need to be aware of? The Fool card, once again, an announcement or a new beginning. Yeah, a plan being put into motion, an announcement, let's move forward with this. The Strength card, manipulation of some sort of funds, resources. And 2 of water, some sort of agreements between countries. So it's looking like on the world stage, it's not so much an evolution that I'm seeing with this card pull. It's more of an activity. I see a lot of movement in this card pull, and a lot is not going to be told the collective. Someone is lying, and they're going to be moving equipment. Let's go ahead and ask. What do we know? How is this going to affect the evolution of humanity? How is this going to affect the evolution of humanity? The thing that Spirit's showing me. Okay, this is going to bring a whole new energy to a certain location or a certain situation. A whole new, it's going to shift things greatly. So this is a worldwide global shift that's going to do some massive changes. Let's get more clarity. Oh, and it's going to shift it for the better. This is some divine intervention. This is some help from those who are connected to their higher selves. This is cosmic spiritual beings, ascended ones, are going to intervene. So there's going to be some intervention here. What is this intervention, Spirit? I'm almost seeing like a trigger, like someone might try to do something wrong, but then this is triggered. 7 of Fire. Very interesting here. 7 of Fire is telling me there is some kind of revolution, a rising up, an awareness that's gonna push back on this attempt by the dark side to try to push back. It's like it's going to trigger an awakening with some people of light, and they're going to push back, and it's actually going to backfire on whoever is trying to do some political or economic backhanded deals. The Emperor card, this is world leaders, and 4 of Air. Whoa, okay. So I see that some of these spirit guides over humanity, the cosmic forces protecting us, are actually going to send an alert to the forces of light on earth that are trying to protect and serve humanity. I see the intelligence communities right here are going to get an alert of this backhanded deal, movement between countries, maybe war equipment, this movement between countries that is planned by the dark ones, by the black hats, by the cabal. It's almost like the seed of this information is going to be planted in the intelligence agencies that are working for serving humanity, and they're going to catch a glimpse of this. And it's almost like Archangel Michael is coming in to spill the beans so that the right people find out about this black-handed deal. This is going to actually backfire on them and trigger in the world's favor, because the right people are going to hear about this nefarious plot between nations going on next week, and Archangel Michael's going to have his forces drop in the seeds to the intelligence communities. They're going to ping off of it, and they're going to stop this backhanded deal between countries that would have actually created more war and more conflict. Okay. Divine support right there. Divine cosmic support. Interesting. Let me go ahead and pull out my deck of the Ascended ones. All right. I just want to see if a card. Now, these are little Ascended Masters deck. I want to see if there's any Ascended energy that's actually going to be working to spill the beans on any international plots of nefarious intention. Whoa. We have Saint Germain and King Arthur. Okay, so El Morya lived the life of King Arthur and also of the prophet Abraham in the Old Testament. And then his last life was somewhere in India as El Morya. And he was the King Arthur who worked with Merlin to bring in Ascension about 1,000 years ago with the sword, the spirit of truth, Excalibur, and the world was not ready. He was actually supposedly in the line of King David and supposed to be the rightful royal family of England. King Arthur was. And the Luciferian forces of darkness were just too great. The world was not ready. People of light were not able to manifest in his proper kingdom. And it actually passed onto the people who we now know as the royal family, the Rothschilds, the royal family. But originally it was King Arthur, 1,000 or so, 1,500 years ago, that was supposed to take over England, not take over, but be the rightful king of England. And it was hijacked. But it's his lineage that's supposed to be on the English throne today. The other one coming in is Saint Germain. Now, he is deeply connected to immortality and to ascension on a very close level to Earth. He has technology and he's connected to the financial system. There's legends and rumors that this man, after he ascended and became immortal, still stayed in the earth plane, would appear to different people, including George Washington, has been guarding the constitutional republic documents in which the U.S. became a republic and which is supposed to go across the world. He's guarding those documents with other ascended beings. He's able to connect them and keep them in the mystery schools. And he has two funds of gold, of silver, that is actually supposed to help humanitarian fund the world. One of them is called the Rodriguez Fund, and the other one is called, is it Saint Germain Fund? It's another one. But there's two major funds that he, as an ascended master for several hundred years, have been collecting and helping people collect an alternate system of wealth. And this system of wealth have been kept in the mystery schools. So Saint Germain is heavily involved in trying to drop in ideas as a being, as an ascended one beyond the veil. And he can also, according to what people have said, come through the veil and interact with humanity. But he is working with the gold, the silver, as well as ancient King Arthur here, trying to connect humanity to the force of light and the inspirations, the blueprints to take these nations into the higher place, to get them out of the hands of the cabal and to take them into a higher place. So these two work together. He's with the Violet Flame, Saint Germain. He's with the Violet Flame. And El Morya, King Arthur, is with the Blue Ray. He also works with Archangel Michael. They go close hand in hand. Archangel Michael, Pallas Athena, and El Morya are all connected to the blue energy of the throat chakra, the sword of truth, the sword of light, the spirit of truth, Excalibur. And then Saint Germain is deeply connected to Merlin energy, deeply connected to energy healing, alchemy, as well as financial King Solomon, King Solomon's gold. And the prophet Samuel. It's alleged that he lived the life as the prophet Samuel, who is where we get in our country of America, Uncle Sam. Apparently it came from Uncle Sam. All right. Do you have any questions? If anyone has any questions, go ahead and put them in the live chat. I want to see if we can get a message. If these men want to share with us a spiritual message coming in for the global and world ascension. I do work with their energy, so I'm going to call on their energy. I'm going to see if Saint Germain or King Arthur, El Morya, wishes to bring us a message. To do this, I have to turn on my music. Bear with me. If I don't get anything, I'm not going to make it up, so there's no worry of that. But I am going to do some light language here because that helps me connect and to see if there's a message there for us. Okay, I want to go to my other account, turn on my prophetic inspirational music, and we're going to get a message, and then I'll take your questions. You may or may not hear it. Yandari kariandari 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 karanda. Rabababarandari kashariandari kashariandari arababaranda. Arya kashariandari andara arababarandari kashariandari kasharianda. Through the presence of the great I am that I am, I call upon Saint Germain and El Morya. If you have a message from the divine for us, let it be channeled on the wings of Archangel Michael. Let it be brought in from the forces of light for our best and highest good. Kiandari ka, shariandari karianda, shariandari kariandari kariandari karandara babaka. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The forces of light helping the world ascend. Justice and the Lover's card. Justice and the choice for the souls of humanity. I'm hearing the words, your karma has been balanced. Humanity is ready to ascend. You have chosen and we have heard. And there is an open door where we will receive your soul into the light. Trust that the light is winning. Trust that truth is prevailing. Do not let the chaos shake you. Stay strong, stay firm, because there is an open door before you. Your soul is passing through this portal. Your soul is passing through an open door. You cannot see it right now in the 3D realm, but your soul is up-leveling. It is upgrading, and you are being initiated into higher and higher light. You are being called up higher, and your soul is answering the call. We have called and you have answered. So come up higher, come up higher, come up higher. We have called and you have answered. Come up higher, come up higher. There's a lot of energy coming to assist you, a lot of divine assistance. We have the portal card that came up. I believe that these ascended ones they've lived the life we've lived, okay? And then they have transmuted everything about their physicality. They now have abilities to walk through walls. They now have abilities to come in there with their energy into your room. They now have abilities to actually help you and your soul ascend. And it's like they said, we've been opening doors and letting your soul peek in the door. Do you want to come up higher? And they say, we are here to assist you to come up higher. The door is open. Here's a page of swords. Do not believe everything you hear, because everything you hear has been set with an intention. Everything you hear has been given an intention around it. And sometimes the intention is not everything that matches to the words. So don't believe everything you hear. Connect to the vibration of the intention of why something is spoken, and you will see the deception. You will feel the deception. We are opening your abilities for telepathy. We're opening your abilities to feel the vibration of the information you receive. And you alone, I hear the words, you are the keepers of its reality. You're the keepers of the reality of truth. You are the ones that allow truth in and out of your energy field. You have set a door around your energy field that if something resonates with you, you let it in. But if something doesn't, you shut it out. You are the door. You are the door to keep the reality of truth in check, in balance, and in light in your energy field. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. Do not feel the burden of the subconscious beliefs of others fading. Do not feel when they feel trapped. Do not connect to their panic as their subconscious beliefs or their programming or their matrix life falls. Do not get attached to other people's traumatic responses to their shaky life right now. So what I'm seeing here with that message is like, there's a lot in the collective that's shaking a lot of people's identity. It's troubling them on the world scale. There's a lot of information and news that's having them all shaken. Their subconscious, their programming is being cleansed. And what I see in that message is don't get attached to their cleansing process. This is their journey. Stay very detached from other people's journeys. Don't let their trauma affect you. Don't let the release of their trauma affect you. Preserve your energy fields. Your karma is being balanced right now, and you have walked through an open door. You've walked and chosen an open door. And it's the door of where all your karma and all your Akashic records are being balanced. One more message, please. Global, world, and soul ascension. Global World and Soul Ascension. Expansion and growth. I hear the words, do not believe the lie that you are not growing. Do not believe the deception around you. Here's the Seven of Swords. Don't believe the deception around you that you are not ascending, that you're not growing spiritually, that you're not progressing. You are progressing fast at a perfectly good pace for your soul. And there is a perfect life's journey, and you are on it. And your mind will tell you you're not going fast enough, or you're not spiritually improving, or you're not getting there quick enough. And Spirit says you are on the right path, and you're being divinely supported by your guardian angels, your guides, and your higher self on exactly where you need to be. You are expanding. If you could only see your growth from the way the ascended ones see it. It's like they are so proud. It's like they're saying, let them know their soul have chosen the open door. Something about an open door. Something about a clarion call and an open door, and Spirit saying, you answered the call. You answered the call. Well done. Well done. Woo! We answered the call. We answered the call. We stepped through the door. Something amazing is coming. It's coming, and it's coming at the right pace, the right speed, and the right divine timing. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, Shauna, what are you currently saying? What you are currently saying seems way more important than what I might be able to ask. Bless you, Shauna. Bless you. Loving this. Thank you. Thank you for this. I agree. Sometimes even I just have to do a simple card pull and be like, Spirit, talk to me, because I don't always have the right questions for myself. So let's go ahead and do another card pull. So we heard from them, El Moria, Saint Germain, Spirit saying the door has opened, your soul has answered the call. Woo! Let's go ahead now to see what other messages are coming in for our soul's growth and ascension and global. Ooh, we have the card Eight of Cups and the Three of Swords, which is leaving behind betrayal. Some of you have left behind a lot of heartache and a lot of grief. A mother wound, a new beginning, and a new beginning. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Empress card. So the message coming in here is we have left behind a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression. We have actually been actively healing on a collective level, our mother wounds, the wounds of being betrayed and abandoned by anything that was divine feminine, either betraying our inner divine feminine or being betrayed by a feminine energy. Any kind of inner child wounds where we felt like, why didn't you love me? How could you have done that to me? Or how could I have abandoned my inner child, my inner girl? You know, we have been dealing with the inner mother wound and the inner child wound of rejecting the divine feminine. We've lived in such a patriarchal age, which is great. We have been ordained by Spirit to experience a patriarchal age. But that patriarchal age went into its shadow by oftentimes repressing the divine feminine, even the divine feminine in men, the fat feminine energy that connects them to creativity, connects them to self-care and nurture, that connects them to spirituality, that connects them to intuition. It's been repressed across the board, and we've been healing this abandonment of feminine energy within ourselves, within the collective. New emotions are coming in, and this new emotional energy is just an energy of freed emotions. I think that there's been a lot of tears, there's been a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak, a lot being released, just cleansing and release. And Spirit says you're leaving it behind. You're in an active ascension process by clearing the subconscious grief that we've been carrying for eons of time throughout our ancestors, throughout our ages, throughout our periods of history where we kept repressing mothers or feminines or even the feminine energy within men, saying you can't show emotion, you can't feel. If you want to be a man, you have to be tough. Or we women, I have to be tough to live in a man's world. We're healing that to say, I can have both masculine and feminine energy within me, and it's good. It's divine. It's creation. Creation is balanced masculine and feminine energy. So there's a lot of cleansing. And this is going to produce new opportunities for us. As we cleanse the subconscious ways of doing things, like that doorway, it's just going to keep opening up into so many different areas. We're going to attract new relationships, new jobs, new work opportunities, new life. New exciting opportunities are going to come in. Ethereal world. This week has been really big in recalling past sins and regrets. Things I have not really thought about for years. And I think, I'm not sure that you got the first part of it, but the first part was like our soul just slowing down because we've been in such a traumatic place. We have to our soul has just been kind of slowing down, and it's heavy ascension cleanse, it's heavy ascension progress because we're integrating it. So that makes sense there, that we're integrating and recalling the past. Maybe it's related to these open doors. I would love to leave these things behind. Me too. Me too. Something about going through an open door is something about leaving the past behind. And I have a situation that I really, really want to leave behind. Had to do with something having to do with my regrets with one of the past landlords that I went to. And I just wasn't as honest with them about something that happened that I wish I had been. And it involved water, come to think about it. I just wasn't quite honest with them about what had happened, the water situation. But there's nothing that they could have done about it. It wasn't malicious or anything. But that part of me was like, I should have just been completely 100% honest about what happened. And I wish I could go back and change that. But there's something like that my soul chose to experience that and to learn that lesson. And that is one thing that I totally resonate with you, ethereal world. Oh my goodness, can I just leave that regret behind? Please take me through this open door. I agree with Ethereal's first comment about your angels. I sure hope part of this ascension is the return to the ether. Is it really gone or free energy coming in? That would be great. Oh, I didn't even see the first comment. Thank you for speaking with your angels during this broadcast. It's something many of us don't know how to channel, so your words here are invaluable. I missed that comment. Thank you for that. It's actually not easy for me to do it because I can get a little self-conscious. So I really appreciate your support. I don't think I could ask for better people to do this with. Let's go ahead and ask now about the ether. Is it really gone? Is the ether gone or free energy coming in? That would be great. Free energy would really help the planet. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit, what can you tell us about free energy? And I need to connect to this deck. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us about the return of the ether? Or let's just ask about the ether. And by the ether, I'm assuming that you mean what Tesla was tapping into, what he was exploring, that kind of the devices connect to the ether to produce free energy. I have been told it's the fifth element. So let's ask about the ether. Do we still have the ether or is it really gone? The fifth element, yes. Is the ether still with us? Mother Earth is coming in. Mother Earth is coming in, and we have a little bit. Like we have a low grade sense of ether. I don't know what that means. We have someone's in charge of it. Something's in charge. Something's preserving it. But we're not getting full power. We're getting it is still connected to the earth realm. And I'm getting us interconnected with something else. So let me continue to ask Spirit. Do we still have the fifth element? What can you tell us about ether? What can you tell us about the fifth element? I'm hearing the words harnessed. We get the Ace of Cups. That's a yes. But it's also something might have to do with water, clouds, rain. Might be the King of Swords. That's another confirmation that it is true. The Ten of Cups, civilization. Okay, so we do have the ether in our atmosphere. And the message that I'm getting is that it's been connected. So this is kind of weird. Let me just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that we do have ether, but some of the way we're doing our weather patterns and the way we're doing our water, like the rain, contaminated rain, could be affecting the ether, so it's not as strong. So anything such as cloud contamination, cloud seeding, chemicals in our air, pollution, anything having to do with chemtrails could be hindering the power of ether on our planet. But it does seem like all of civilization still has a measure of access to it. There might be some kind of technology that we can do in our airways that can release, that can release the ether out of the control or the contamination of the atmosphere pollutants. I'm getting technology, and then I'm getting independence. So something of technology can clear the air, and when we clear the air, the ether is going to come stronger. That's what I'm seeing. Any chance of this destruction coming to an end that keeps us poor men down? It would be so great if we could have free energy. Let's look at free energy right now. Is free energy coming in? And the good free energy. We want good quality free energy that does not affect the health of the earth. Page of Cups, that is a small yes. That's a yes, but there's more information. What can you tell me about free energy devices? Free energy devices. Technology, King of Swords. Independence, it's the same cards, but then these are different. Seven of Cups. I'm seeing patents. I'm seeing confusion. I'm seeing manipulation. I'm seeing nobody really knows what's going on with them. It's like a conglomerate mess. The Sun card. So this Seven of Cups is in the past energy. I apologize. I think there's a plane going by. The Seven of Cups is past. The free energy devices were kind of like put into a very confusing pattern with the patent system. Very, very conglomerated, confused, constricted, messed up. But the Sun card is the present energy. Yes, they're getting ready to be released from independent sources. Six of Wands. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get some timing on this. Spirit, when can we start seeing free energy devices coming out in humanity? Are we looking at months? Years? Now, months are usually pentacles and cups. Years are usually kings and queens and major arcana cards. That's how I do it, and that's how Spirit speaks to me. So let's take a look. When is free energy coming? Thank you. Tentatively. Queens! Yes, years. I'm seeing 2 years. Within 2 years with this queen. I'm seeing queens. Let's get 8 of Pentacles and the Judgment card. And I said Pentacles is usually months. So 8 months to 2 years, we should start seeing a rise And I think it's going to start in 8 months around. Of course, time is fluid, energy is fluid, but free energy is coming in about 8 months from now, 2026. I'm here in 2026. And between that, there's going to be a slow rise of, it's like it's going to hit the industry. Like people are going to see, I don't know. I better pull on that. I don't know how it's going to come in, but there's a lot of excitement. I don't know if people are going to try to make money with it or see it as but there's a lot of excitement around it. And it's going to make a fast and quick rise starting in about 2026. But it's going to take about 2 years to fully come in. Everyone who developed technology to harness the ether has been killed. Wow. All those patents and the inventions unalived. Yes. It's almost like I saw them put into a big confusing hole. Like they just were lost, but intentionally lost. But will it be affordable for the common folk? Yeah, that's a good question. Is this going to be affordable? These free energy devices, are they going to be free for humanity? Are they going to be at a low cost? How are they going to come? Or are they going to be harnessed and politicized, industrialized? Spirit, what can you tell us about how free energy devices will be presented and available to the common people? Okay, so we're having some control. There has to be, we're getting some control, but it's very positive control with the Sun card. This is telling me it might be deeply connected to a financial system or a golden age or a people of very good intentions, and they are going to set the boundaries around these free energy devices. These free energy devices, this is past energy, have been in the hands of the devil. The third card I always pull is always past, because I pull the spread. I pull the present, then the past, center, and the future. So the third card I pull is usually the past energy, just to let you know. This is controlled by the dark side. These free energy, interesting, and I'm getting they've been used by the dark side. I wonder if some of the rogue alien technology that we see flying around doing their things that the Navy says they've seen but won't talk about, I'm wondering if some of these anti-gravity crafts are just been harnessed by the dark side for up till now, like reverse engineered and harvest. Anyway, we won't go there. They say, oh, it's a UFO. I'm wondering if it was this anti-gravity craft that was kept and done the experiments on. I'm just getting that kind of weird vibe. King of Wands. I think there's several world leaders that are going to help bring it in. Let's just say that. There might be several world leaders that are going to bring this in, possibly starting with a T. I have a feeling President Trump will be involved in this. I'm seeing Russia. I'm seeing Greenland. I'm seeing different worlds. Interesting. Just seeing different allies coming together to bring this in for their nations. Those that are really interested in economic peace for their people. And I'm not saying everyone I mentioned is for economic peace. What I'm saying is that people who are going to see this as an economic stability point for their people. The star, divine technology, higher technology. Higher grade technology is going to keep rolling in once it gets initiated. Okay, is this going to be available for the people? So it is going to come in with proper controls. I pulled a yes card. Yes, is this free? Page of Cups. There will be, even though we're not getting money here, there will be systems to manage it. It will not just be here, get this device, you get this. There's going to be a system to manage it. but it is going to be very affordable. I'm not getting anything like financial constriction. I'm not even getting pentacles here. How will this affect our countries? Here we get 5 of Pentacles, but 9 of Pentacles. This is saying restriction, released. Poverty, released. And the third card, expansion. Expansion and growth, world expansion. So free energy is going to come in to really, under the guise of expanding world peace, of expanding financial independence, and of international trade, some sort of international connection. We actually might get the technology first in our travel industry, you all. This 3 of Wands is telling me we're going to see the free energy in more of our travel industry. Cars, trains, fast-moving devices like those 50. I saw a potential train going from the US to the UK in 50 minutes. That I'm thinking that we're going to see technology, free energy first around travel. And it will be going financially independent. So a little bit more of the private sector with some controls on it. And actually on the market for our benefit, the electricity, oil, gas industry folks will not like this. Yeah, let's go ahead and see how this affects the electricity market. We have to pick each market separate. So how will this market be affected? How will these free energy devices affect our electricity market? So first 2 cards, it's gonna change the entire market. Chariot card, movement forward and shifting, major timeline shift, and then a High Priestess. It's going to transform the entire electrical industry. The past energy, 3rd card, the electrical industry has already been moving away from its past and getting ready for this free energy. And there's something secretive too here. Something secretive that's already moving forward, and with this past energy, it's saying they've already been moving into free energy. Queen of Cups, a system. They need to set a system in place. 3 of Pentacles, they need to work with a lot of power companies. They need to bring in the power companies to work with the system. That's the future. 3 of Pentacles is they still waiting to set up the system with all the power companies, but it's already been in progress. Queen of Pentacles across the world, across nations. I'm wondering if this is some of the data centers going through. We have data centers all over Northern Virginia, and they're putting cable, chunks of cable, big cable like this, in bundles of like 15 cables, and they're putting them all in our ditches and burying them underground, and they're just going up and down the roads in Northern Virginia. It's a major operation. And I really feel like somehow these data cables, it's connected to free energy, and I don't know how. Or some sort of energy upgrade. So how will this affect the oil and the gas industry, especially when it comes to travel? How will the free energy devices affect oil and gas? Okay, the energy card, fast moving energy flipped out. We're just going to leave that there. How will it affect oil and gas industries? Present energy is 8 of Pentacles, work, and secret. High Priestess, that's present energy. Past is 4 of Pentacles, so there's been a lot of constriction on our oil and gas industry. There's been a lot of theft, stealing, holding on to resources, not letting them flow to the public like they needed to come. A lot of price hikes. This card is the card of like holding on to resources they don't need to hold on to. It's almost theft, stealing. So this would be the high gas prices. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the present energy, and it's how is it going to shift it? That would be the oil. Legal. It's going to enter into legal contracts with something, with someone. What is this? Five of Cups. They are going to go through a low period. They're not going to be as financially stable. There's going to be some regrets. The Lover's card, they will have to make a choice. The oil and the gas industries, the big corporations, are going to go through a lower period. They're going to go through some stress. They're going to have to make a choice. What is this choice? Two of Cups. They're going to have to partner. They're going to have to partner, and they're going to have to find something that gives them a new system of operation. They're going to have to find a new operation. I actually think that some of these free energy devices are going to, like the travel devices, are going to help transport some of, like they're going to partner with the free energy. Somehow they're going to partner. Now, Spirit showed me this, and so I'm going to go ahead and leave the chat here with you this. So Spirit showed me a vision of like an old town from the 1800s when all they had was horses. They had horses. And that's how they traveled to get from point A to point B. They had carriages. Okay. But now we have cars. And Spirit says the world shifted just fine. I was like, where did all those horses go? If every person in the world needed a horse to travel, why do we not have horses flooding the streets? And it was like Spirit was saying, the world shifts as a whole for its necessary population. The world was fine. The world was okay to shift from horses to a car industry. We've survived. I don't know if there's not as many horses coming into the earth plane where it is, but we have shifted. And that's kind of what Spirit said to me, is Mother Earth and Father Spirit and humanity, we're going to alchemize the earth and blend the oil industry into whatever it needs to be part of this free energy system. And I know that there might be some regret. Five of Cups. I know that people are going to have to choose, but I think from this card, Two of Cups, they're just going to make different partnerships. They're going to go into business differently. They might invest in the free energy. They might partner with the free energy, and the world will be okay. We're going to get a more financially, energetically stable world. Our families are going to be happier with this Four of Swords. They're happy. They're celebrating. They're secure. They're abundant. They have grapevines to feed off of. They have a castle to live in. They're happily married. They're dancing in the streets. Children are on the way. They are very financially, emotionally, and economically secure. And this is the last card I pulled. So it's like that message with the horses. We transitioned from the horses to the cars. We're going to transition from the cars to the free energy devices just fine. Yeah, and it's going to make this world a better place. There might still be some shakeups, but this constriction, we were already out of balance. We are currently out of balance. This is the past. Four of Pentacles, holding on to resources, not letting a flow of abundance come in, grabbing things, corporations grabbing money here. It was a big money grab. And it's like, let's get into the oil industry so we can get rich and grab all the money for ourselves. If that's the energy of the oil industry, it needs to die. We need another source of financial and travel and ways to travel that does not have the energy of give me. That's what's beautiful. And that's how Spirit sees things. Spirit sees things from what's the energy of this economic situation versus this economic situation. And we need to bring in the situation, the system that has the best and highest energy. And so we will be okay. The money grabbing people that go into the oil industry, not all of them are money grabbers, but it's been very corrupt from what I hear of people who are in that industry. They say it's just very, it's got the energy of money, like just, I want to get rich. So that's going to transition. So it's good news. It's really good news. It's really good news. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because on Sunday, it's not Saturday. Last video I said Saturday. On Sunday at 6 p.m., I am doing a Q&A, and this is going to be, is your nation shifting? And I'm going to be doing it dark to light. Is your nation shifting? And this is going to be where you can ask questions. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. You can ask questions. Woohoo! Not world leaders. Is my nation shifting? And in this live that we're going to be doing, you can drop your nation into the chat, and we're going to see not just its ascension, but we're going to be looking at dark black hats or dark hats versus white hats. And we're going to be looking to see who is in major control of your country, what percentage, how is it shifting? And you can even ask questions about how is it shifting economically? How is the energy of my shifting? Do we have more negative energy versus positive energy? Is something coming in and streaming in? Where are we getting our help? How is my country doing in going from dark to light? I'm really excited about this. This is on March 16th at 6 p.m. So go ahead and check that out there. I have several things coming in next Wednesday. We'll be right back here again looking at global and world ascension. And if you're interested in buying my book, Spiritual Technologies and the Bible, if you're interested in a private reading, you can find all the information below. If you live in another country, I can do Zelle, I can do Zoom, I can do PayPal. Just give me a message, quantumrealms11@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next time.